Thank you. What happened here? Can't go on, watch it. Now I have to be given this little zip file to go. Well, I just tried it. So you have to. But I didn't realize I have to send you the draft. Yeah, that's funny because I'm on the secretary staff. Okay, now the clock from the. Now, sometime. Once in a while. Once in a while. Where clinics in that town? Clinics to be there. We send I think. I don't know, and you can afford there, you know. Okay. Say it's right, I need that. Maybe I'll save you. Engineering was a whole different. But then yesterday was good. And this one. Yes. They call them, say, look. And they say, oh, we'll send you, we'll send you the. You get them to me? Yes, no, I. You can make the most up right now. After you touch the last, I didn't even pay, I wanna make. People want to get to that. Discussion of, well, I guess I think that's out there, where are the minutes, because I wanted to see like what the special class I want that. When should we go to the next one? But it doesn't show it tonight. Oh, so plenty, so I'll talk.
All right, I'd like to open the January 22nd Foster Town Council meeting. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Announcements. We don't have any announcements, except that get ready for the storm this weekend.
Oof.
That's about it.
Do you shopping on Saturday?
Yep, get everything done.
Can't even get near the stores.
You know, that's why Walmart is great, because you go online and you just put it in, it shows up on your doorstep.
All stuff you don't need.
Exactly. All the
okay.
stuff you know.
All right, let's move on to the consent agenda.
Make the motion, we accept the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. All right, old business. Okay. Police building update. So they're moving forward with the building. We do have some change orders under new business that we're going to discuss. We have to vote on those. Those change orders are outside the contract, but they are written in the contract to specify why they're outside the contract. So we'll discuss that when we get to new business. As you can see, the building is going up. They have a frame up now. So it's looking good. We're moving forward. We haven't hit any hiccups. We're still working on the septic. So we're working on the septic. The previous quote we're not taking. So we're going on to somebody else. That was for $80,000+ for a septic system. Which it's.
I spoke to Gordy about that, and he said that he thought before it passed, and then all of a sudden it failed. So they did want somebody else.
Yeah, they're gonna get
take a look at
they're
it
gonna take a look at the existing.
to see
Yeah.
if it would
So
still
whether it's
pass.
gonna be replaced or you reuse the one that's currently there. if it
Exactly.
Passes.
Yep.
Obviously, if we can reuse the one that's there, that's great.
That's the
Then-
best
Then all
way.
we gotta do is tie it in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big one. And because it's the septic that is outside the contract, so that's another piece of that that'll be discussed. If we get to that point, we are gonna pay for that. All right. Is there any questions about the building currently? Town council? Yep.
At the last meeting, you had alluded to the fact that there might be a building committee meeting. Was there?
No, there wasn't.
No.
No,
Okay.
so,
Any
yeah,
other
we're still-
That you know?
We should have had one prior to this meeting, but we didn't.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm gonna talk to the chair so we can get one scheduled.
It's looking good.
Yeah.
It's
Over
looking
there.
good over
Yeah, it
there.
is.
It's looking like something.
Yep, finally.
Mm-hmm.
Any other discussion? Okay. Item number 2, reappointment to Conservation Board.
What?
Do you have that?
No,
Oh,
we're
did I
not
miss something?
semi,
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm jumping all over here.
yeah,
I got the
We're-
wrong glasses on.
centennial.
Semi-quincentennial.
Now that I
What's
can
that?
say it,
What's it? Okay.
quincentennial.
Semi-quincentennial.
Yes.
Update. We have anyone from the committee? Yes.
Mr. President. So, my name is Joanne Johnson. I live on Howard Hill Road, and I'm the chair of the town's quincentennial committee. My colleague Joseph Boyer is here. She is the recording secretary.
Right.
Yeah. I just wanted to give you an update of where we are. We've had 4 meetings so far. We've hit the ground running. We have reached out to many groups in town, including Swamp Meadow, the Girl Scouts, the Boy Scouts. The town also has been wonderful in giving us guidance in her time to help with the planning. We've been in touch with the Daughters of the American Revolution.
Oh, good.
Some of the reenactors, the Kentish Guard, that type of thing. So, we've got a lot of calls and emails out. We're just waiting. At the end of June, the last weekend in June, we're going to be holding a celebration event. It'll be a Saturday and Sunday at the Fostertown grounds. Sue has put the event on her calendar. We are going to have entertainment at Water Donnelly is confirmed. We'll have kids' games, food trucks. We're hoping fireworks or maybe a bonfire. In addition, we'll have exhibitors in the town hall and throughout the grounds. We're working very closely with Foster Preservation. So a lot of moving parts. We are applying for a grant to the Secretary of State's office. It's due at the end of this month and it should be completed by early next week.
Okay.
We were holding off in case we have any input.
Yeah.
So. We've raised $433.
Yay.
So far. Through the sale of commemorative mugs.
Mhm.
I don't know if you know Mary Jo Cretion, but she's
Oh,
a
yeah.
Foster resident.
You did them at Old Home Days, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at our December meeting, we decided we were gonna do mugs. Within 2 days, she had, designed them and we sold them at Bright Night. So.
Oh, Bright,
and
oh,
they
it
were
was
on
Bright,
Oh,
sale-
that's what it was.
Bright Night.
Bright Night, yes, and
Mm.
they're on sale at the town clerk's office, and we hope the library. And of course, we will also sell them at our event and any other places. So we're doing a lot of fundraising. We'll have a ladies' tea. We hope to have a game dinner. There's been discussion about maybe doing a candy making workshop tied in around Easter time. That will help us. But we have a concern, and our concern is electronic payments. Not everyone, as you know, carries cash or check. And we ran into this with our very first customer at Bright Night, who expected to pay electronically and we were not set up and he was not happy. So we would like the council to consider, electronic options.
I have done a lot of fundraisers, both for our town committee and for Gordon's campaign. I have done those through Anadot. And it's pretty easy. It's a low, it's a like a small percentage and people can pay that. Like if the card company was going to charge you 2%, you can opt to pay it.
Yep.
Also Venmo.
Yeah, that's what
Venmo, uh,
no.
exactly.
It doesn't have to be tied to an industry.
So that's what I was gonna say. So yeah, it's not,
Advice not to do that.
Yeah, 'cause we gotta look into,
Credit card, like, you don't have.
No,
to-
it can be attached to your bank account and like,
I'm not
If-
sure we can do it as a municipality. I think there's certain things we're restricted to. We're taking payments.
But not have to be able to set up their own
Mm.
profit account.
yes,
We're not in a profit.
Yeah, it's because it's not officially, you're on the committee. Yeah, I know, and we're trying to figure out how to actually do it, and if we use our current system, there's a large charge that they're gonna have to build that other, because we do it obviously for our permitting and stuff like that online, and that's electronic, but it's a significant amount of money. Joyce, do you wanna, I'm sorry. Can you do me, I'm sorry, Joyce, can you, it's just for the people at home to make sure they can hear.
For the record. No, just from my experience and the research that I've done, I believe Stripe works with municipalities. No, not Stripe. I think Square works with, and they also support QR codes. But again, you would have to further research it and see if that's something, that you can do.
Yeah, and I think that's a premium.
It's
I think a
just-
premium when we do that too. We use Stripe now. That's what we have for everything.
right.
And it's a premium because it's a municipality. So, yeah, but we're definitely gonna work on that. We were talking about it with rec for a long time. That's how they wanted to get their donations. This might really kickstart
I
it.
can look into Stripe. The problem is we already use it for all of our permitting. And if we start intermixing font, like different
That's what we
accounts for
can't do.
different reasons,
Yeah.
I'm very concerned that I just have to make sure that there's a way for them to keep it separate.
Right.
Mm.
And I'm not quite sure how to do that because I can't spend any more time trying to because we already use Point and Pay for taxes, we use Stripe for permitting, and we use, what do we use for you?
That's right.
So we have three.
That goes to
So-
3 different accounts.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
all go to our bank account and they're just all in there first, so it's already can be a reconciling nightmare. So I have to be able to print the report from the reporting agency so I can tie into the right type of income. So if I can break it out.
If there's a way to do it,
They keep the money in there too.
who is
I
that?
don't know. I just don't know
GoFundMe? Yeah, I'm
the
not,
rules of municipalities.
no,
No.
I'm not sure how that
Lynn, did
works.
you have something? Yeah, yeah.
I could send something to
I
the
just
League of
wanted-
Cities and Towns and ask them.
Yeah, 'cause
what
maybe,
they're
yeah,
doing
actually they
to
would, yeah,
fundraising
Yeah,
yeah, Randy.
Cards and see how manage it.
Yep.
I just wanted to mention that preservation has Square. And
Okay.
I don't know if don't say I said it.
Oh, no.
If there's some way you could work something out, with them. I don't know.
Thank you, Lynn. That's
Okay.
Thank you.
it is just so much easier and you
Yeah,
get
it is.
people, when you're online, like, I mean, I think you get a lot more. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna donate to this and I just click a couple of things and that's it.
Yeah, nowadays people just don't want to go anywhere and it's much
Exactly.
easier for them to sit at home and say,
It really
here's
is.
$50 and yeah.
And then you
no,
either show up or you
you
don't.
don't, yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want the funds. So for example, whatever we do, we're gonna do for recreation and for your group, because it's such a small period of time.
Yeah.
And again, you don't want your fundraising dollars going to her. I think she wants a mayor, pet for mayor or something like that, right? So we want to be able to separate the project or the fundraiser in some way,
Yeah.
shape or form. So it's gonna,
I think we can work
I'll
on
send
that.
something to
Okay.
the cities and towns next week and see what they say.
Yeah, I think that
What
there's,
other communities do.
there has to be a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's gotta be a way.
Yeah.
A couple more points.
Yes.
So, I've reached out to James.
Remind me.
And the new principal there, James Zamfini, is very interested in reinstituting the historic tour of Foster that the fourth graders used to do years ago. So it's the town hall, the townhouse, the police station,
The library,
the library, the church, okay.
Yep.
Okay, and we'd also like to incorporate maybe some hands-on demonstrations, open a blacksmith shop. We've got a woman who's volunteered to do spinning, does a spinning wheel, and another one who cooks. She can cook over an open fire, make with maybe a venison stew or something, and talk to the kids about that. Then you go downstairs to preservation, and see all the artifacts you have there, which is fabulous.
Did they also utilize Borders Farm?
We
they-
have reached out to Borders. and
Okay,
we're
that's-
in touch
okay.
With the TDO
Yep.
and the folks there. The other thing I wanted to ask you is, at Payne School, the high school and the middle school, we're asking the students to participate in an essay contest. And we would like to offer them the opportunity just to present their essays.
Absolutely.
Of course. Yeah,
Absolutely.
that'd be
The
great.
school.
Yep, absolutely.
Mhm.
And I think that's it. You'll see articles in the Boston Journal
Okay,
every month and we're up and running.
awesome. Thank you.
Awesome.
Great.
And obviously, if there's anything else you need from the council,
Mm,
you can just contact us. Okay,
Thank you.
all right.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh, I'm sorry, any other questions on the 250th celebration? No? Okay. All right, Foster survey. So, I personally think it was a success. This wasn't a survey that was going to change anything drastically. It was a point to send out to residents and taxpayers so they can come back to us and say, this is what we like, this is what we don't like. It doesn't mean we're going to make these drastic changes based on what we received from the survey. We didn't receive the amount that I hoped for. It was close to 300 people responded, which I think was good. I think it was good. I'd like to see more, but that's fine. You know, I mean, with 300, it's a good thing. I just want to go over a few of these, just whether they were satisfied, not satisfied. So for fire and emergency, and I'm going to group them together, satisfied and very satisfied. We have 87.9% of the people were satisfied or very satisfied. Police and public safety, 78.9% were satisfied or very satisfied. Road maintenance and snow approval, 68% were satisfied or very satisfied. Town hall services, 77% were satisfied or very satisfied. Public works and trash recycling, 77.38% were satisfied or very satisfied. Parks and recreation was 66.66% satisfied or very satisfied. One of the key things was which areas should the town focus on most in the next 5 years? Obviously, our terms are 2 years, so just saying. So for the next 5 years. So one of the key out of this one they had some skips, but 270 or so responses. The top one was support for local business and economic development. Okay, so that's huge. I think everybody knows that that's going to help with the tax base, and it's going to help bring us forward while keeping the town rural. That's a key point. We want to keep it rural. You know, it's hard to bring in certain types of businesses when we don't have the population to support the business.
Or
So
the
there's certain things,
infrastructure.
or the infrastructure. Infrastructure is huge. I mean, we're on well and septic, so it's hard. But just know this town council, all 5 of us are out there knocking on doors to see
Yeah.
who we can get to come into town, what would fit. And we have some things in the works right now. We already had an excess of, I think it was 17 new businesses just this year, you know, brand new. Not home businesses. You know, these are actually business. Home businesses are businesses too, but those are just business licenses that can work out of the house. So the next one was roads and infrastructure. And obviously I know why, because last year's mud season was bad. It was bad.
Really bad.
It's probably going to be bad again this year
It's probably gonna be pretty bad this year.
After-
We'll see how
after this
yeah.
storm coming up. It probably going to be.
It's gonna be a little tough with less gravel and
Mhm.
stone that we can backfill because we couldn't purchase as much as we did last year.
Mhm.
But hopefully we can DPW director does a great job with the roads with what he has. And I can tell you the roads and infrastructure, the dirt roads, I know there's a lot of people that want to keep dirt roads. I agree. You know, but there are some dirt roads that get so bad we need to try to address it. We need to try to address it and not put a Band-Aid on. You know, but that's a long term. They say the next 5 years, I'm gonna say the next 10 years. Because roads are, you know, they're so expensive. DPW director's done a great job of getting funding from the state under the roadworks program. To help with some of the roads that we currently just completed, which was great. He's gonna keep trying to do that, to bring some more money in from the state to do that. But, you know, that's one of the things we definitely have to address. I think the repairs on the current paved roads are being done a little better now than they were before. It's not,
Yes.
you know, the simple, I'm not a maintenance guy, so I don't know the exact verbiage, but I know it's not being, they're
not
actually
just
cutting it out.
patching,
No, it's not just
it's-
patching.
Right.
Because
It's
patching comes up with one plow sweep.
right.
So it's a little different. He called it something, I don't remember the name.
Mhm.
Well, it's chip seal and skirting,
And then we have
sorry.
paving and then we have shimming.
shimming. That's what it was, shimming.
Shimming.
So shimming is a little different than patching. And shimming, it's longer term, when you do the shimming.
Mhm.
So he's doing a great job with that, but it does need to be addressed. And
That-
I do know.
That is something, so for, you know, what we had last winter with the mud.
Mhm.
Because of the change in the temperatures like we're going
The
through
drastic
right
change,
now.
Right.
But your dirt roads, and I know because I've got gold mine right across the street. And if they don't sand and salt the top of the road, because it goes like this, then people slide off it or people can't get up it. So they do have to salt it. But then when the temperatures get warmer, it melts. And then we get the mud.
And the water.
We have the mud.
In the ground.
And it does. So, I mean, last year was a really extraordinary
Yeah,
year
last
for
year's
that.
been-
I'm hoping it's not that bad this year. It's tough because you need people to be able to get up their roads.
Right.
And then
Tons of rock.
Yeah, tons.
you do.
Correct.
Yes,
Literally.
you do.
Yes.
I know that the dirt roads have been a problem. But I also know that, and I've done a lot of research on this, looking at all different states and communities in the New England area that have the same kind of problems we do. And one of the things you never, ever, ever do is put salt on a dirt road. You put gravel, never salt, not even if it's icy. You only put gravel. Because what happens is it melts off that top bonded layer. And that's where you get into the problem. The other thing you never, ever do is put down rock like we have. Because the way that dirt roads stay together is that a special kind of aggregate that is used on a dirt road, it fits together. And the minute you put down rock, you've destroyed that.
Yeah.
So
I know the rock last year-
Salt.
Yeah, the rock last year was a quick fix. On some
Right.
of the-
If you
so I-
don't use salt, I mean, look it up. I mean, there is so much information.
Yep.
About it. And if you just look up, do not ever use salt, use gravel.
Yep.
But I know, at one point it was, well, we don't have the trucks to be able to separately just gravel
That was the,
dirt roads.
Yeah,
But you have to. There isn't any choice.
yeah.
definitely.
It was having one
That's
truck
something,
with
yeah.
a sand salt mixture and then sending another one out with just
some of
a
those
sand
roads,
mixture.
there were some of those,
Huh? We don't have
Yeah,
the
well,
manpower. Yeah.
yeah, we can, but that's one of the things too, it's that was emergency too, with those
Oh.
ice roads. It wasn't just the mud, it was the initial ice that was so bad.
Jenks Road
Yeah.
was absolutely
bad.
brutal.
No, I
Embarked.
will.
Mm.
I will. Thank you. The next one on that list was public safety, fire, police, emergency communications. So a lot of those responses, I went back and looked. A lot of those responses came early on, which is fine. But that's when people were questioning whether the police station was going to get started. So we got it started. So I think that it might have changed a little bit with that. So that was the next one, and then we had land conservation, open space. Next one on the list. I think the Forest Land Trust is doing a great job with their properties that they have. So I think we're doing very well with the land conservation and the open space. So I'm not sure exactly what that was addressed at, but because it's above senior services. And that's one of the things that I've talked to a lot of seniors. You know, we don't have, a senior center in town. So, and I think that's key. And I mean, you see all these other towns, Gloucester has a great senior center. And, you know, we do, I mean, our Health and Human Services helps with transporting sometimes, but it's not guaranteed. It will limited amount, you know, volunteers actually transporting people. But that would be a great asset to the town. I just think personally, I think we need to get somebody to come in and run a senior center.
Yes.
Not the town run the senior center. Have someone come in, say, hey, we're gonna do this with a senior center, and have them actually run it. I think that would be, in my opinion, more efficient. I don't know what the other councils would think in that, if that ever comes up. But
No,
think-
I agree.
Yeah.
As long as we have a way for it to sustain
Right,
itself.
that's exactly.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, but I agree. We do
Yep.
need senior services. Definitely.
All right, skip to the next question. Let's get this real quick. What do you feel Foster needs more of? Local business development. This one where it says, the second one in was senior programs and services. So, that was number 2 on the list. 3, community events and festivals, affordable housing options. That's gonna be,
We're working on
Yeah,
all
we're
of them.
working on that. That's-
We're working on all of them.
nobody wants to build in Foster for.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
So, how do you prefer to receive your information? That was to me, that's a big thing because I want to make sure everyone's informed. Not everyone can come to a meeting. We Zoom this, so this is great. So everyone can see it, go back to it, you know, watch it. You can watch the financial town meeting from last year. It's all on there. We don't take it off. But one of the key here is email and newsletter. So the town clerk does a great job sending out email blasts when things come
Yep.
up. So
Yep.
those always go out. Newsletter, we don't really have a newsletter. So maybe that's something we can look at in the near future.
Yeah, and just do like a monthly,
You did a, monthly?
we could do a monthly newsletter,
Yeah.
but people have to sign up for your email blast. People.
Oh, it's just, yeah, it's the same thing with the email. So if you're
people need to
not
go
getting
on
those
and do it.
emails from the town, it's free.
Right.
Just go on there, put your email in,
Yeah.
and you'll get those blasts when they come out.
Yep.
And the town clerk sends out everything from emergencies, changes, agendas,
Minutes.
minutes, new,
Notices.
Yeah.
new rec.
So
All of them.
we always sign.
Yep.
We always sign them up for,
Oh, okay, when they come into town. Oh, great,
Yep.
great.
We have over 2,000 people on our email list, so.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
it-
awesome.
we
Well,
do
that's
really
half
well.
of our
That's half of
population.
our
Yep.
population, so.
Mhm.
I mean, we make sure that when they come in, we
Yep.
make sure that they're on. They don't
Yep.
even have to do it. We do it for them.
Yep.
And
I
even
think
if they
that's
just
great.
get
I
news
think
and notices.
It's
Yeah.
probably.
It's always
the
posted
best
on the
way.
website, so you could actually go to the website, look at it
Yeah.
if you don't get the blast.
Right, but you
Yeah.
can sign up for the blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's what everyone likes, and I think
Mhm.
that's what's available. The next one's the town website. The town website we are currently working on. So we're gonna have a new website relatively soon. I don't want to put a date on it, but I mean, we're gonna have it relatively soon. It's gonna be great. So we're gonna update our it's in the process. It's been in the process for a little while, so that's gonna be updated. And the next one was social media. I'm sorry, that's not gonna happen. And that's it. So that was a survey. So again, I think that was a great survey. Thank you, Sue, for putting it together for me on the online. Oh, Kathy did? Okay, sorry. Okay, Kathy. Thank you, Kathy.
Well, it gives us
Um,
information
A base,
about
right.
what's important to people.
right.
so.
And that's
Mhm.
that we need that. We need
Yeah,
that.
we do.
Is it published somewhere that people?
I don't know how.
The
to
pub,
publish-
I can, yeah, we can, yeah,
Can you?
I can send out the breakdowns.
She's asking
yeah.
if it's gonna be
Yeah, I can do it.
published, but I mean.
I'll give it to the, I'll give it to
Okay.
town clerk to send it out in an email blast. Yeah.
I don't wanna put that on Sue yet because
Tell me what you want. It was hard for me.
We'll talk about it. Yeah, no, we'll,
This,
yeah. What I did,
That document.
I itemized it. It's a lot simpler than what, yeah.
is that just the end or is that
This is
total?
just the numbers and what they are. Yeah, no,
From day one?
no, everyone should see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send you what we'll send out.
absolutely.
We'll just put it on
Right.
email blast.
Is
and-
that from day
Absolutely.
one?
Yep, that's it.
From day one
Day
to
one.
December 31st?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Then
the whole
that's-
thing.
That's not hard to do.
Yeah. And I got numbers and we'll have, you
'Cause I know we
what the
had-
question was. It'll be simple.
We had different segments.
Yeah, we can do that.
Where it
Thank you.
would be hard to break them all down. Okay.
Is there any other questions about the survey? I'd like to do another one.
Yeah.
But now it's, we're getting into budget season, so, I'd like to do another one to see how things have changed, if they have,
Mm.
hopefully better. And we'll go from there.
When do you want to do that? After,
Yeah, we'll have to.
after financial town
definitely
meeting
after
or
financial.
something? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely after the financial. Are there any questions on the survey? No? Okay. All right, new business. All right, these are the police building change orders. We have 4 change orders. Okay, I have them here. I can go through them real
I
quick.
didn't print them out. I've got
I
them.
did.
Yeah, I can.
I've got them on here. I don't have them printed.
Okay. Change order number 1. $8,192.42.
Mhm.
There's a lot of stuff on this one. So coordination meetings, existing safety issues, traffic safety analysis, which was the geometric configuration of the proposed site access, trip generation and trip distribution, report, traffic assessment report that was completed under this. And this was,
Steve, there's a summary.
yeah, I don't see, where is the summary?
For the state of Rhode Island DOT road improvement, road requirements, NEC was required to submit for the new curb cut for the police station. And then he.
Oh, top, any got in my, okay, I see it now. I didn't see that on top.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, because they each
Okay,
have.
because they have it, yeah, they do have it. I
Okay.
didn't see that. Yep, thank
So
you.
so that's just specifics
So
on the
that's-
curb cut.
Right, right. And that had to be outside the contract. That wasn't inside the contract because that's a state thing. So what I can do is I can read them all, and then we can vote on, or do you want to vote on each one?
Can we do them all together, Joanne?
We're gonna go, okay?
I mean, do we have much of a choice?
Not really.
And this is,
Not,
we
but
don't have a choice.
No.
And
No.
I mean, so why
Gotta
have
do
4
it. We're
different
into it
motions?
now.
yeah,
mean-
let me read them then and.
So, right, and these are gonna come out of our contingency?
No.
They're not, these are over that. All right, I know we talked about it,
Yeah.
but.
Yep.
So all of them,
All of them. They're a little bit less than $30,000 total, I believe,
okay,
if I'm remembering correctly. I'll add it as I go.
okay. Sorry, Steve, go ahead.
Okay, so number 2 was for $12,187, and that was just for the Round State Fire Marshal permit fee, which is mandatory.
Yeah.
Isn't that
There's
incredible?
no option on that.
Yeah.
Um,
That makes you feel good.
They gotcha.
These
They
2
gotcha.
things were something that was outside the contract that they found while they were doing the excavation. One was a water storage tank removal. They were digging and found a 10,000 gallon holding tank that they had to remove. That was outside the contract. That is for $1,420.65. And number 4, the last one for the change order, was for boulders. So there's when they were doing the digging, they do have to blast, depending on the size of the boulder, they have to blast them and remove them. And they did find a few of them.
It's
That they have to
Foster.
remove in this
We're
Foster, so,
we're gonna have them.
yeah.
What's
Yeah.
that?
So much better than the record.
Well, the rec field had a lot of. Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah,
I mean,
so- And that one is for $4,948.60.
ugh.
So those are the 4 change orders.
And so
Just a
we,
total of.
that's what I was looking for.
20, yeah. I didn't-
What is it?
You got that?
27,000.
27,000.
Yeah, but I
Did
need,
that, Kelly, really?
I need an
Mine.
actual
So
number.
I forgot, I didn't do that. I should have added it all together.
Right
We're
here.
doing them all together.
Good.
You can't miss it.
You got that?
Huge.
All right, so 26,749.47. Okay, so I'll make a motion to approve the change orders from New England Construction regarding the police station in the total amount of $26,749.47.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
Now, can I say with regret?
Any
Sorry.
discussion from the audience? No?
No.
Okay. All in favor?
I
Opposed? Right?
I mean, really,
Find it.
we had no
We don't have no choice.
We got no choice. We had to,
Yeah, that's something that's,
yeah.
yeah, these are unforeseen
Especially
change
when you're
orders.
digging in Foster.
Well, I get,
New
I, that,
1,000-gallon water tank.
yeah.
At least it wasn't.
All right, so number 2, reappointment to Conservation Board. You pull,
Let me see.
pull it
This
up.
is- Hold on.
Bob Horton.
Yeah, I'm just looking for his letter. I make a motion to reappoint Bob Horton to Conservation Commission for a term expiring December 30th, 2028. He has a 3-year commission, right?
Yes. Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Reappointment to Zoning Board for a 5-year term.
Just gotta get it up here. Okay, so, oh, this is for Manny Linares. I make a motion to reappoint Manuel Linares Jr. to the zoning board for a term expiring in or December 20, I'm sorry,
23rd.
December
23rd.
30th, 2030,
No.
31st
The year 2030,
in December.
December.
All right, just so December 2030. Okay, December 2030.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Granite Brook Farm, Inc., new business license application. We have someone here from Granite Brook?
You've been sitting here very patiently.
Hello.
All right, so you can discuss your application.
So,
Business.
basically, I'm a licensed therapist, and we purchased, property. And we have a small farm, and so we're going to be looking into doing, well, I'm already doing, but, animal therapy. Right now I'm doing it all telehealth, which has been really interesting. I work with mostly chronically ill people who are disabled, who a lot of times can't get out of bed, things of that nature. But we do have the occasional person that wants to come. So we are looking to hire additional clinicians who will work out of their own homes. And then about 10 sessions a week, possibly. We'll have one clinician and one person come to the farm to do what they go to or whatever it is that they're interested in. And so, but our number one goal really is to help the community as much as we can, as well as help as many people as we can. That's why we went nonprofit. And yeah, I mean, that's basically it. We just, if we may grow one day and if it ever gets to that point, we'll have to come back, but it's gonna be a while before that trend happens. So.
And I'm sorry, you're Janelle
Janelle
Shannon.
Shannon,
Okay,
sorry.
all right. I just want to make sure. Do we have any questions for? her?
No, you're doing telehealth and then in person. Oh.
So it's gonna be about 10 sessions a week possibly.
Right.
And that won't even happen until probably more like the spring.
When the
summer.
weather gets better.
Right. 'Cause
Yeah.
Like I said, I work with a lot of ill people who are in wheelchairs, things of that nature. We're looking at grants. We're trying to figure out how could we get a lift so that we could be able to put somebody with a goat, that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of things that we want to do, but traffic would be, I think we get more packages delivered to our.
Yeah, probably, probably. On Harrington,
Yeah.
Harrington Road.
As
Yeah.
you stated.
Yeah.
So we get probably more packages to our house and more deliveries to our home.
Than you would have people. Mhm.
Car wise, but yeah, so maybe one clinician might come with, and have one other person drive up with their vehicle, that kind of thing, but nothing crazy.
Sue, everything's checked off on this, okay. Joanne, any questions about the other, okay, yes,
Just like to ask you now where your property is located.
We're on Harrington Road.
And
Yes, yes, we have a little farm stand and we sell eggs and every dime that we sell goes straight towards helping clients who can't afford mental health care.
So you're about halfway between Cucumber and the,
Literally halfway.
yes, on the right, if
Yes.
you're coming from Cucumber.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, backwards here, yes, on
Yeah.
the right, yeah, we have a farm stand.
Yes.
We have like a little shed, but it got broken into twice on us, so right now we're just
Mm.
letting people know, like, hey, if you need eggs, text us, you can come to the porch and we'll give them to you that way, until we figure out a way to.
Yeah, I've been by, we go down there to go to
Yeah.
the country club and I've seen it on,
Yeah.
on the
A
right
lot of
hand
people
side.
put cameras up.
Yeah, we did, we had to, we didn't want to,
Yeah.
we are very country, we like.
I get it, but
You know, we
I know.
didn't wanna have
it
to
is what
do
it
that,
is.
Yeah.
but what are you gonna
Blink.
do?
Blink cameras, easy.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
so we've got them all on our animals too, so we can see all the animals, we know,
Mhm.
anything, you know, everything that's going on.
Okay.
All right, so I will, if there are more questions, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the application for Granite Brook Farms, Inc., 14 Harrington Road, Foster. For, I'm just trying to read exactly what it is. Nonprofit telehealth and in-person counseling with animal therapy. Mhm.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any more discussion? No?
No.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, welcome.
Thank you.
New department liaisons. All right, so we are looking to change.
Yeah, this was something that I had put on because in the last council, we had talked before we were all elected.
Yep.
We had talked about maybe switching like halfway through the year. And so when we all got elected this time, Catherine had wanted to be with finance, and I had been with Kelly since 2018, and I stayed. So I think it's time for Catherine to be able to be that liaison, and I would like to move to social services. I worked with our social services director when we had the fire.
Yeah.
And I'd like to know more about what she does. And of course, any of our department heads can call any council member at any time. But I know Catherine had wanted to do that, so I wanted to give her that opportunity.
Yeah, I think all the liaisons, you're obviously comfortable with, it, right, Catherine?
Oh, yeah,
Mm.
I'm comfortable with
I
that.
think all the liaisons have done a great job with.
She's a finance girl.
Yeah,
so
it definitely
think-
is.
Yeah, I think
Definitely
she
is.
can.
You know, all the liaisons have been doing, they've been doing a great job. Between the police, the DPW,
Mm.
HHS, finance, I have building and zoning. So I think, I think it's working, but I agree, sometimes you need a change, right? And then you get to
find
learn
out.
more too.
You get
You
to
get to learn the other
figure out what's
side.
going on
you
in
know, to
other,
get- to get
other
involved.
departments. Mhm.
So I think, sometimes it is a good idea.
Well, plus,
So,
given our limitations, sorry, I've got grandkids all the time. Catherine has more time to devote to finance now at
Yep.
this point.
Yep.
So,
okay,
yeah, that was just my suggestion.
all right. So I will entertain a motion to move the liaison from where are we going from? From HHS to finance and from finance to HHS.
Right.
Yes.
So moved.
All right, we have a motion and need a second? Second. Second? Well, that's all you. That's right. It's all you. All right, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Look out.
I'm getting the easier part of the deal for sure.
All right. Policy and procedures. Right. So there was discussion in, I think it was 2018 during that town council about what the town needs to request funding. And what we're doing here, we're trying to re-standardize what we're asking for. We're not really changing. It's exactly what we're asking for. What we've asked for in the past, we're just bringing it forward again to reiterate what we need from these departments and department heads, to provide for funding. Okay, that's their operations and their capital.
It's really
Kelly,
important
something
for
you want to add
finance
to that?
to
Yeah.
know where they are. Yeah.
I provide all of those documents to all of you, so, when they're not all complying or when they're not all the same, you said that you found it difficult to compare. And, the question came to light last year specifically regarding the reporting dates and dates.
Right.
So January, some were doing January, December, some were doing July to June.
Mm.
And you wanted to standardize that as well, which I thought we had, but when looking at it, I did put most recent fiscal year. If their fiscal year is January to December, then that's how they're reporting. There's nothing that they're really doing wrong,
Yeah.
but you found it confusing and you want to compare apples to apples. So we wanted to change some of the wording.
Right.
And, you wanted to reiterate your, desire to get, similar details from everybody, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I figured rather than me try to rewrite it, we would just go through it quickly because it's not very long.
Yep.
And we could make the changes as we see, and you can let me know if there's something here that you want. And if anybody's here that they have a difficult time providing,
Mhm.
now's the time to like, let us know.
Yep.
Right? So, the title of it is Financial Statements and Standard Policies and Procedures for Non-Town Entities Receiving Appropriations. So that would be any of the governmental, any of the nonprofit,
Government.
quasi government, right? Including really the library and the
Fire
rescue company and the three fire, right?
Mhm.
So basically, we had said that as a subrecipient of town's funds, the entity must have established internal control policies and procedures in place to minimize the risk of material misstatements and fraud as required by federal and state law and municipalities. I also wanted to reiterate while we're doing this, it's to put standard procedures and say, this is because, well, we have had multiple outside agencies ask us for contracts that we have with these, the people that we provide funding for, and we don't have them. We don't have contracts with any of these fire companies, the rescue company,
Mm.
the library, about services that they're providing for the funds that we give them.
They ask us and we did it.
So, FEMA has asked before, the
Mhm.
auditors have asked before, so this is our way of saying, this is what you're signing and verifying that you do, that you have internal controls, because we're required to have internal controls, the state law, so we're saying that we're giving, it's almost like they're subrecipients, and we're creating almost like a procedures, and they're gonna sign off saying so that we've done our due diligence with the communities that we fund, right? So that's why it's not that we're saying there is a risk of fraud or that, well, there is a risk of fraud, there's a risk of fraud in my office. But we're not saying that there is any fraud, we're
Right,
simply
right,
saying
definitely
in
not.
order to prevent, right?
Right.
So the controls should include, but
Must, should be shall.
I'm
In the first sentence,
Must.
it says entity must, it should say
Shall.
entity shall have.
And
And so in the first,
entity must-
it
say
should say
shall.
shall have established.
All right, so I'm modifying this as we go, so we can vote on it today, because I would like to hand it out. When we do the audit, I'm not the audit, well, the way around, when we do the budget, I provide this to them each time so that they have a reminder. So, I want to get this settled because I'm sending this to them next week.
Okay.
So
All of the,
entities shall have established internal
Yes.
controls.
and then everywhere where it says should also say shall.
Shall.
Because you're trying, the whole point of this is to make it a uniform
Not
procedure
should,
for
which is-
everybody. So like must and should kind of makes things optional.
Optional,
So these controls shall include the following?
Yes.
which is a mandate.
And the only other thing that I notice is where it says treasurer, I assume you mean the treasurer of whatever the entity is,
Yeah.
not you. I think that should just be clarified.
Okay. So a review of all expenditure, so these controls shall include the following. A review of all expenditure documentation by someone independent of the treasurer of the
Entity, organization,
organization.
entity. Well, you know, you're calling it an entity in the title, so yeah.
Capitalized, Joanne, or no?
No.
Okay. Or the person preparing the payment and financial reports. Dual signature requirement on checks or invoices, definitely on invoices. Our bank says that they don't honor like the dual check signature anymore, that it's not, they don't verify it.
Right.
So I don't actually care if they do it, but if that's their procedure, but I don't want to say that they have to, if nobody's gonna verify it, it causes them a problem.
So then it says
It's-
shall, so I would remove it.
Well,
Should it even be in there then?
I would remove it. If,
Right.
especially if some banks aren't, yeah. Invoice is
I
fine.
would,
on all invoices.
Yes.
Okay, so not just the person paying the check, so an
Yeah.
independent person of the person writing the check, the person reviewing it. Okay, all right, so dual signature requirement on invoices. A review of the bank reconciliations by someone independent of the treasurer of the entity, I'll add, or person who reconciles them. It's just basic internal controls so that,
I would say person responsible for reconciling them.
so. This is intended to be a quick process. It wasn't intended to be like a, you know. So that's in there. The general ledger accounting system in place for use and preparation of financial reports, i.e. for their size, Quicken and QuickBooks would work fine. Internal audit or independent review of the financial statements. We're not expecting them to pay. Our audits in the thousands and thousands of dollars. You're talking about close to like $40,000. We're not expecting that. But an internal audit, maybe like a little audit committee once a year who goes through and like reviews. I don't do. You do that. The state's guidelines for record retention should be utilized for documents used to prepare the financial statements, including revenue and expenditure supporting documentation.
Shall be utilized.
Reporting to the town, so those are their internal controls that they're saying they're gonna sign off saying that they do, so that we can say there's that extra assurance for us for when we're audited. Reporting to the town, annual request for appropriation shall
Shall.
include the following. Most recent IRS Form 990, that's their local tax return. Balance sheet for organization's most recent fiscal year, so I'm going to say. Most recent. Organizations. most
You
recent
should say
fiscal
entities.
year.
I would keep entities
Entities,
throughout,
okay.
yeah.
But this is where we want it July to June, correct? Because that's
Match
our fiscal year.
our fiscal year.
I mean,
Most recent period dated July to June, July 1st to June 30th,
I would say, you could say fiscal year, which shall be defined as,
which
Yeah.
it shall be defined as, okay?
Kind of creates a headache for us. Because that's apples to oranges with our financial account.
But you're spending our money, I understand that, but you're spending the money the town gives you. Based on that period of time, and I think in QuickBooks, unlike our financial reporting.
you should be able to.
you can
sort-
change, you can,
Everything's very separate for us, so we can't run a report from this January to June. We have to actually have two different systems, but I think in QuickBooks, correct, you can.
you can,
Yes.
yes.
Pick your date and it all runs.
giving it to you.
So. It's just because that's the funding that we're giving you, so to
Right.
be on the same schedule. And we do get it from one and we don't get it that way from the other two, so it makes it more difficult for them, I think, right? That's what we were saying.
Yeah.
So balance sheet for entities most recent fiscal year and which shall be defined as July 1st to June 30th, okay? Income statement for organizations for most recent fiscal year end, which I will again redefine from the.
Yeah, change entity and then do the same thing.
year-to-date budget to actual, fiscal year-to-date, July to June budget to actual? Do you want a budget to actual if you already have, like, if you don't want it or you don't need it, you need to tell me what you need or want. You're like, I'm not married to having a budget to actual if they give you what they've spent
I don't,
and you.
For
can
half
Right,
compare
I
it.
feel like it shouldn't it be included?
Income statement for, or, entities. Well, I think the reason for that is because now you have a 6-month period as well. I
That's,
think it's for the July,
Oh, the
first,
balance of-
December 31st, because
Yeah.
they're not providing their details to us until.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for example, I sent it today for all the department heads, I sent last year's full budget to actual and this year's July 1st to December, so that they can use it to prepare next year's budget.
I guess for the first year you'll need it, but then every year thereafter you will have had the budget for the upcoming year.
Yeah, those are
Mhm.
separate files, separate everything. Please provide it again, because I don't wanna have to go back
Yeah.
into last year's files and then make copies and do stuff like that. Income statement for entities most recent fiscal year. Year-to-date budget to actual, and I'll define that again,
Yep.
July 1st to December 31st. Okay. Budget for upcoming fiscal year, including all sources of revenues and all anticipated expenditures. And then I have in here, there was a signature, verifies that you have read and consent to the above. And it's the entity, the chief, and the date.
yeah,
Is there anything else that should be addressed? Is any questions? Is there something you wanna add, something you wanna delete, something anybody who
No, I-
provides the data wants to comment?
I think the
I think
changing
that-
it to entity, I think putting shall not should. Shall is different than should.
I read should as different, but the legal, right?
Should
So,
to
yeah.
me is
Should
like,
means it's optional.
it's
Okay.
option, exactly.
Yeah.
It's the same as
Okay.
may,
Yeah, we encourage you to, but
may or shall.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think shall, and then specifying those dates, because we are on a different schedule than them, right? They're doing, yeah.
Well, I think,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. that's
So we're
true.
gonna get a 6-month instead of a year.
Well, you're gonna get it a year and 6 months. Which they always did provide, yeah, which they, yeah. So you get a year and 6 months.
Okay.
yeah, I can't think of anything else to add.
No, it looks good to me.
Yeah.
Comments from people who provide the data?
Yeah, I mean, that's basically.
Okay. Yeah.
That's basically what you've been getting, right? Have I not provided any of this?
No, you do.
Okay, because I want to make sure I'm doing it right too. I mean,
Did you
I
do the
didn't go to
990 last
December, like when you send out that form,
I know.
I go right up to the date that I'm
So can we edit
doing.
it?
If I
Reread?
go to December.
Vote
I mean, you don't need to rewrite.
Okay.
We-
Vote.
Specifying entity, shall, and dates.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to confirm it's, the only real change is going to end of December. For me, I was bringing it all to the date I was actually
You were.
providing, because a lot of expenditures do happen in January, and you usually ask if
We
for
have the
February.
previous January,
Yes.
so you don't have to. We have a solid year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And then that half is, in case something happened in that 6-month period that's above and beyond what you expect, then you have, like, you're off trend. Because in the first 6 months of your year, you spent more than half of what your allocation is or what you anticipated, right?
Yep.
And then you can. It's really
Okay.
for them to make a better
So-
argument, like, hey, we're off track already.
Yeah.
this
All right,
year.
let's do that. Okay, so
Make-
based on the edits and then
I'll make-
put it up for discussion.
yep, I'll make a motion to approve the policies and procedures regarding financial statements. And standard policies and procedures for non-town entities receiving appropriations. With changes substituting the word, what do we have?
You can say the changes that we just made.
You
The change.
you don't
That's
want me to
fine.
specify them? Okay, with the changes discussed.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Discussion? Any discussion? No? Any discussion on the?
no,
Okay,
I'm good with that.
all right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right,
If you do want this signed by then, it'll.
Yes. yes,
Then I think Heidi was gonna make a motion.
yep, and then your motion.
For,
add.
we doing to add, which,
Yeah.
I think Heidi was gonna make a motion to add for discussion purposes only, the budget workshop.
oh,
Throughout attempting to schedule or at least, discuss dates for budget workshops.
Yep. I'll make a motion to add to the agenda discussion on workshop dates for the budget.
Okay,
Second.
we have a motion, we
Yeah.
have a second, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we're open for discussion on the workshop. Kelly?
Right, so normally we'll do this either the first week of February or at the last week of January. Sue told me that the calendar's getting pretty booked for the Benetti, so I want her to be able to give other organizations enough
Mhm.
time to reschedule or to move, meeting places, especially the smaller ones. We're obviously not gonna displace the planning board or something like that. But, also to give the department heads enough time to plan for that, at least to attend at least the first workshop and to plan ahead, right? So, I was looking for a date for the first one. You won't have the budget or any kind of anything to do with the budget until March 1st. So, that weekend, I know March 1st is probably falling on some sort of a weekend. The 26th is my current goal to try to give you a budget packet, which a preliminary one, not
March?
too detailed. We have to,
March 26th.
February
Oh,
26th. Did I say that?
thought you were talking March and I'm going, what?
I wish it was March. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
make
yeah,
fun
no.
of you
But we
'cause-
can't vote on dates. We can just
Yeah, we can't.
discuss
No,
them
I'm just trying to get,
and reserve them. and we can
does
vote on them then.
anybody have a problem with March 5th being the first budget
Yes.
meeting? You do.
March.
Are you going away? Thought that. When?
First week, of March.
The whole first week? That's always the first.
Actually, part of the next week.
All right, that's a little unusual. So you really can't wait that long to.
Whatever. You
What
can
about
have
the
it
last
early.
week of February?
I'm sure there'll be.
Have it ready.
We won't have it ready.
No,
Okay. Well, Stony, maybe.
I mean, it's barely ready for the first week of March, but it's the first meeting where we really kind of go over the entire budget, what you're looking at, what everybody put in as a
I'm
request.
pulling a Heidi up going to Florida.
Okay.
No, I'm going to the Dominican, but what are the dates that you're gone?
7th of the.
February,
All right, no. you
Oh,
definitely
7th
Wait that long. You have to
to
have
March 10th.
your first meeting before that,
Yeah, that's too long.
because
I'll
if
let you
you,
have it without me.
okay. If you want to do something specific or you have like an issue, like it identifies quick issues, which gives us enough time to go back to the department heads and say, okay, this is what they're going to want to see a little bit, like as soon as possible, so we only really have, based on this projection, like our public hearing is probably the 26th of June of March. This is why I'm asking for this to be a charter change, to move everything back 1 month.
Yep.
It's way too soon to try to meet, but you have no choice.
Yep.
This is how it's always been. Anytime the first week of March, you tell me.
I'm okay with the 5th.
The 5th is a Thursday.
Mhm.
What time are you
Um,
thinking? I don't want to keep them here later than they need to be, so
No, it's,
Chris isn't gonna be here, so.
That's it.
I don't care if you
Not
move
gonna
it to
be
the
here.
Wednesday, the Wednesday is a planning board meeting, right? The
Yes.
Wednesday, so that's why you can't do it
So
on
the
Wednesday.
5th.
And Tuesday is,
It'll take more meetings
Well, we can
than
do
that
it
first
early.
one to do the budget.
What time
I
at-
guarantee.
They meet at 7?
Yeah.
What's the earliest you could do it?
I can do 5.
You can do 5?
Yeah.
can you
I'll
do
be a little
5?
late.
You'll be a little late. Okay,
5 works for you?
go over some stuff with you after.
Yeah.
Right.
that'd be
All right,
fine.
so.
So we can't vote on it?
No.
No,
So,
We're just
Can
gonna
I-
schedule it.
So
No.
this is tentative. We can't
Yes.
vote on it. So we're tentatively looking at the 5th. Be the first one.
right.
Can we
We can wait for the rest.
wait for the rest? Okay, till the next meeting, and then we can actually put it on the agenda.
Yep, and then
we-
kind of. really
Let's just get this
discuss.
first one
Yep,
set up, okay?
Yep.
All right,
that's it.
all right.
I'm good.
I don't want to, okay.
No, I'm
Thank you.
good. That's all I really wanted.
So you're gonna reserve this for March 5th at 5 PM? Okay.
Okay,
That was no
all right.
motion or anything, right?
That way. Yeah, we'll do it that way.
Okay.
Okay,
I think you can pass the executive session because it.
Oh, we got
well,
nothing.
I got public comment. Give the.
Oh, public comment, yes. Only one. Here you go.
Oh, no, he's in. Joanna, he's
He's here.
Hmm?
Right there.
Ms. Ryder, public comment?
Ryan.
Yeah.
Good road back.
There's no lawyer. So,
Okay.
okay, you can open
Why-
it.
But I just. I don't know that.
Ms. Ryder?
Okay.
No, no.
No, I know you're coming up on budget season and it is always the same problem areas, which is public safety and including the police, where because of federal and state mandates, they have to spend money on certain kinds of equipment and training and all of that kind of stuff. And it occurred to me that we potentially have a new money source in town, something that in the past has not been designated for anything. And yes, I know any money can be used for 1,000 different things, but that would be the cannabis, the tax from the cannabis. Now, I went online and the most recent figures I could find for a town, what they have received in tax money, and I was trying to find something kind of the same as Foster, would be Exeter. And they state that Exeter has done better than many other entities in the state. However, and the latest I could find would be 2024, only the first 2 quarters, but in the first 2 quarters of 2024, the town raised $386,195.
Awesome.
That's so much
Okay.
more than I
I
estimated.
can't
And
wait.
I would be
Right.
so happy.
Right, exactly, and because we don't know what they did the last 2 quarters. But even if you just went with that, if you dedicated 50% to public safety, that would probably take care of an awful lot of problems that come up, be it recruitment, training, whatever. This is like new money, found money. It has never been designated for anything before. And that is always a giant sore point. Yes, I know you could spend it in a million different ways. However, that, annually is a problem. And if even just this amount, half of a year that Exeter gets.
I like your
round it off
numbers.
with 2.
I really.
Yeah.
really hope we get-
I mean, that's-
I know, I mean, I couldn't find any
Yeah,
other
great.
numbers that were comparable,
They said, that's 3 times the estimate that we came up with for the year.
right?
Yeah.
Well, this is
So
what they actually got.
maybe there's not a
for
lot
the
going on
first
in
2
Exeter.
quarters.
Maybe.
And yes, granted, other communities got less. However, this is only half a year. So even if you just think of half a year and it's close to $400,000.
Mm.
I think.
Taking
I think that's
200,000 of that
ambitious, but
and dedicating it to, and public safety, also including the police. Because that you are, there's going to be more expenses now with the new police station. I don't know what they'll be, but there always are. And this, it just seemed like, I won't say an easy fix, everything will hurt. But, these are funds that potentially will, just 50% of whatever comes in would certainly be a help for them when at budget, the financial town workshop, financial town meeting. People are fighting over $10,000 or $5,000 or whatever. And I think this would go a long way to, and everything is just gonna keep going, up,
Of course.
so.
Never goes in, never
That's a
goes
guar-
down.
So to be
That's a
clear on that,
guarantee.
that's general fund income. So that's how it's gonna be recorded, just like the meals and beverage taxes. Like if we got a new restaurant,
Yeah.
we wouldn't separate out the revenue. It's all general fund revenue.
Mm.
That said, all of general fund revenue goes to offset all of the expenses in each of the departments. So
Yes.
in theory, it's all gonna work that way anyway. It's not gonna
But
be
it's
like
not gonna be
earmark or
this.
50% or whatever. They're gonna put in what they need.
Ex-
And then that general fund revenue is there, so it's gonna offset taxation, the taxation increase.
Mhm.
But that's, it's like we receive it like meals and beverage taxes and stuff like that.
Right, but historically, the fire companies, they're very conscious of what the town can provide, and they don't ask for everything they need. And, I know there were the uniforms that had that chemical in it, and then they needed all new uniforms. That kind of a thing, that's
No, got it.
unexpected, and you shouldn't have to say, no, I'm sorry, you've got to wait. Here, you potentially wouldn't, just like a separate, technically you might not be able to create a little separate fund, but in the behind of your mind, it could be set off.
So I was going to, we haven't really gotten into any revenue yet. So we haven't
Mm.
gotten any. So once
Right.
we start getting it, I was just gonna probably take the quarter that we got, multiply it times 4 and budget that. Because I wouldn't have any way to project that. And by charter, I cannot budget for a loss.
And it could go.
So I most definitely, unless we receive nearly $100,000 in year one, won't be budgeting more than, in the first 3 months. Or if we receive
Oh,
50, I'll probably budget for 200.
Mm.
But God forbid we don't get
In
it,
the first.
we would
quarter.
have a loss in the fiscal
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
But we'll know.
All right,
once
we-
we
we
get-
Yeah, we gotta.
We're gonna
Yeah.
move on.
We gotta wait and see. Okay, I move to go into executive closed session pursuant to Rhode Island General Laws 42-42-4 for the reasons stated in Rhode Island General Laws 42-46-5 for discussions or work sessions regarding collective bargaining, contract negotiations, or litigation according to Rhode Island General Laws 42-46-5A2.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are now in executive session.
Back.